Good afternoon, folks. This is Fred Campos, owner of DFW Website Designers. Happy Wednesday, June the 8th, 2022. This is episode number 407 of your 3 business tips at 3 o'clock in and around 3 minutes. Solopreneurs, small business owners, we're in the middle of a series talking about how to get to page 1 on Google. As a web designer that has nearly 500 clients, this is one of the most popular questions I get. And we're into this, and now we're going to talk about the minimums you have to do. We're going to talk about submitting to the Google console, submitting your sitemap, and making sure your website is mobile responsive. Everything we've talked about thus far has been getting your website ready. And of course, I know it sounds funny, but one of the key factors you got to do first is you got to tell Google about your website. Now, in theory, if you didn't tell them, it would eventually get indexed. But doesn't it make sense to go ahead and just tell them how to do that? The easiest way to do that, which I can't explain in a 3-minute video, is to Google Google Console. Google Console is this device which lets you put in all the information that you need in order to submit your website to Google. And of course, you want to have your website ready before you do this. Business tip number 2 is your website should have a sitemap. Now, some WordPress themes automatically create this. If your site's built in HTML, you have to do it yourself. Some plugins like Yoast will go ahead and create this. But what it is an index of all the pages that you should and shouldn't be, and Google is looking for that. In fact, in your console, you may even want to give the path to it so that it can index and crawl your website in general. Business tip number 3 is that you absolutely have to have a mobile responsive website. Believe it or not, more people are looking at your website on devices than they are old farts like me that look at them on their computer or their laptop. Mobile responsive means that your website should reorganize the data and look appropriate for being on the device, which means things are not fixed like they were in the old days. These are the minimum requirements needed in order for you to get found online. Of course, you have to do things by the rules in order for Google to find you. And getting found on Google is pretty much similar to getting found on all the other search engines. The prep work that you do and the type of work that you do helps you get found online. And getting found online is very, very important because for most of us, not all of us, getting found online generates new businesses and services for ourselves. That's what I'm learning today. Anything I learn, I throw with a fence to you because, of course, I want you guys to be awesome. Now go back to sleep.